WTIM, your information station. I'm Tim Zalabak, your host of the WTIM Morning Show. Thank you all for tuning in today on a beautiful Wednesday out there, and thank you so much to the sponsors that make it all possible, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. On the phone line now, we have Alicia Callison, Director of Program Services for the Macon County Conservation District. How are you today, Alicia?
Doing great, thank you.
Absolutely, and thanks so much for taking the time being here with us, because we have some big topics to talk about today, and a perfect timing to have you in, because this weekend, a big annual event over there for the Macon County Conservation District, the Festival of Spring. It sounds beautiful. Alicia, generally what happens every year at the Festival of Spring?
Yeah, so this is an event that we've been doing for about 40 years,
Wow.
I think. Yeah, and so this is an annual event that we have out at Rock Springs Conservation Area on the south side of Decatur. And we have lots of family-friendly events. We have things like canoeing, wagon rides. We'll have tours of the historic homestead. We will have activities for kids. We'll have a concession stand, and then we have a lot of different community organizations that attend and have things going on as well. So we'll have Scoville Zoo out with some animals. We have 121 Coffee Run that's going to attend with their brand new mobile Airstream trailer, and they'll be serving coffee. And then we have Do Good Donuts from the Good Samaritan Inn is coming. The sanitary district, the health department, IDNR is going to be there. All sorts of different community organizations are going to be there with different activities and information, and lots of fun stuff going on.
Totally, yeah. I want to break down some of those community groups that are coming through. It sounds like it's just going to be a very well-rounded day. So the Festival of Spring, it sounds like it is this weekend. What are the times for the festival?
Yeah, so we do have things going on all day that day on Saturday, but the bulk of the event is 12 to 4. Okay. So if you want to come out and do all these family activities, see all these community organizations, it's 12 to 4. That being said, we do have a couple of things going on in the morning as well. If you're interested in learning about bird banding, we will have a bird bander at Rock Springs from 8 to 10. He will be there catching birds and then putting metal bands on their ankles as a way to collect data about them. And then if they're caught in the future, they can refer back to that band and see, where it was caught, and learn a little bit about the life of that animal. And then we also have a hike in the morning, and we have our annual Sangamon River cleanup as well. So if you're interested in getting your hands a little dirty and getting out there and helping to clean up some of our natural areas, we've got that going on from 10 to noon at Rock Springs as well.
Awesome. All this happening at the Rock Springs Nature Center in Decatur there. And we learned that, there are things still going on before the 12 to 4 time slot there, and plenty of things to get involved with. That sounds so awesome. So let's kind of dive into the meat and potatoes of this day. You talked canoe rides. You talked the homestead tour, which I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about. What kind of old-timey homes you guys have featured over there with Macon County Conservation?
Yeah, so we have what we call Homestead Prairie Farm.
Cool. And
it consists of an old farm home that was built in roughly 1847, and it is unique in that it sits on the foundation that it was built on. So that home has never been moved. A lot of those older homes have been, picked up and moved somewhere else at some point in their lifetime. And it's a very modest home. It's not like, the Milliken Homestead or the Oglesby Mansion, which are these beautiful ornate mansions. The Prairie Farm is just a modest farm home that someone lived in, had their small farm and used it to support their family. And so we do, as part of that, have an heirloom garden where we plant heirloom or older varieties of vegetables. And then throughout the summer, as we harvest those, we donate those to different charities in town. And then we have a woodworking shop as well, wow, where we'll have somebody in the wood shop talking to guests about, woodworking and why someone might have done woodworking and why that would have been an important trade to know back in the 1800s. So that's a fun thing, too, that a lot of people don't know about that we have at Rock Springs. And this is a good opportunity to get there and see it in action.
Yeah, another really fun opportunity right there. We're talking about the Festival of Spring happening this weekend at the Rock Springs Nature Center. 40 years of this. This is an annual festival for the Macon County Conservation District, and it just sounds like such a great event here. So many different community players involved. You spoke on the IDNR being involved, and of course, with when you're talking about Rock Springs Nature Center and all of these forest preserves, it's good to have them involved. What do they do out at this Festival of Spring?
Yeah, so IDNR, for those that maybe don't know, stands for the Illinois Department of Natural Resources. And we have a gentleman from the IDNR that will come out, and he has a fish demonstration. So he will bring a boat, and he will have some fish with him. And basically, he will just kind of talk to people about fishing and the different types of fish that we have in the area. It's pretty neat. What he brings.
Wow. So is it like how to catch fish? He said he's bringing in his own fish. Does he fillet any fish? Does he know anything like that?
Nope, they're just live fish that he has there with him.
Wow. Very, very cool right there. Good to have them involved, and just to get more informed, especially at a young age. Good to know about your conservation and Illinois Department of Natural Resources, all those really good things to instill at a young age right there. Really, really fun stuff. Staying in the water, there'll be canoes available. And every time we talk about Rock Springs, I feel like there's some program, some event that involves these canoes, but those will be out also for the Festival of Spring.
Yes, that's right. And the canoeing, that will be the only thing at this event that has a cover charge. So canoeing is $3 per person. Everything else that day is free, with the exception of, purchased goods like food and, plants and that kind of thing. But yeah, so you can come out if you've never canoed before. This is a really great opportunity to give it a whirl. It is very beginner friendly. We give you all the equipment that you need. And then set you out onto our pond at Rock Springs. It's not a very big pond, so you can't get lost. And then you can spend as much time as you want paddling around the pond. And it's a great opportunity for the whole family.
Yeah, that's another really fun one there. And you can find some good family bonding opportunities there while you're all in one canoe. I'm sure there's some disagreements that can happen in a canoe, but it sounds like a really, really fun time. That's the really important to note there. That's the only thing you would have to pay for if you wanted to the canoes with the Festival of Spring here this weekend, this Saturday. The programs are really starting from 12 to 4, but there are morning events to be involved with, and those you can just show up for those morning events too as well, Alicia.
That's correct. Yeah. And if you want a full listing of everything that we've got going on this weekend, because I haven't mentioned everything, we've got a lot. Visit our website, maconcountyconservation.org. You can see a full listing of activities. One that I didn't mention that I probably should have mentioned, the Illinois Raptor Center is going to be there as well, and they will have a live bird show. So they're going to bring out some raptors. I don't know what they'll bring. It's different every year, but in the past, they've brought out a bald eagle, a peregrine falcon, a barn owl, a red-tailed hawk. So it just kind of depends on what birds are ready to go that day, but we'll have 3 different opportunities to watch that show in the 12 to 4 time period. So if you want to see some live birds of prey and learn about what the Raptor Center does with them, that is a really cool thing too.
Wow, that's going to be a really cool one. I remember learning about the Illinois Raptor Center. Sometimes they rehabilitate birds. They have a big flying track over there at their Illinois Raptor Center location there. So that's going to be another really cool thing to see. Birds of prey. These things are serious birds. Bald eagles in the past. I mean, really cool stuff. And thank you for throwing that in as well. Alicia, we're in our last minute here of our first segment. What else does the community need to know about this weekend's Festival of Spring?
So I will mention that unfortunately there is some rain in the forecast right now. We are really hoping that the rain holds off and we don't have to worry about it. But if it does, we will still have the event. We will just move as much as possible indoors into the Nature Center. So rain or shine, come out and visit us on Saturday, this Saturday, April 27th. We've got events all day, but the bulk of it is from 12 to 4. Lots of fun family events. Visit maconcountyconservation.org to learn more.
Absolutely. And that website right there, maconcountyconservation.org. If you've heard something, you want to learn a little bit more about it, go to that website. You can find all the information there. It's been a great conversation so far with Alicia Callison, the Director of Program Services for the Macon County Conservation District. We're talking all about the Festival of Spring happening this weekend. Sounds like it's the 40th anniversary of this annual festival. Just sounds so awesome. Thanks so much to our sponsors that make this show possible, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. We will We'll have more with Alicia Callison from Macon County Conservation District right after the break. You are listening to WTIM, your information station.
Your information station, WTIM. Radio gets results.
Miller Media Group Advertising works for Taylorville Estates. Here's Administrator Tony Clark.
In the past year, we have doubled our census. So that's been impacted mainly by the radio advertising. That is where we do the majority of our advertising, and our census definitely shows that it works. They lead us in the right direction for the season changing, and they anticipate our upcoming needs before we even have to tell them what they are. We've had consistent growth over the past 12 months. Like I said, we've doubled in our census, and that's been the first time in 43 months since prior to COVID that we've gotten to where now we have a waiting list for people to come. So advertising on the radio really does have an impact.
Whether you're getting a little older or just wanting to focus on your health a little more, you need the advantages of a primary care physician from Memorial Care. From detecting long-term illness to planning long-term wellness, our physicians are with you every step of the way. Make today the day you start thinking about tomorrow's health. Make an appointment and begin having regular checkups. Physicians in Decatur and Springfield are currently accepting new patients. Visit memorial.health for more information.
Our great nation was built by tradesmen and women. And while they may be in the background of everywhere we go,
they are the backbone of everything we do.
Without them, there'd be no roads, buildings, electricity, running water,
or heating and air.
We owe so much to the hardworking men and women who devote their lives to the skilled trades.
That's why our family is once again offering the Jansen's Heating and Air Scholarship.
This $500 scholarship is awarded to a graduating high school senior from Effingham or the surrounding counties with plans to pursue a career in a specialized industrial trade.
Like HVAC, plumbing, electrical, construction, engineering, and masonry, to name a few.
The winning applicant must also be enrolled in an accredited college or trade school for the upcoming fall semester. Download the complete rules and application at jansensheating.com.
Or stop by Jansen's in Effingham to pick up an application.
The deadline to apply is Tuesday, April 30th. Learn more and download your application at jansensheating.com.
Here's Dr. Pavi Gill from Springfield Clinic, Taylorville.
Lifestyle medicine is about motivating you to improve your quality of life by changing habits and behaviors.
Find out more by clicking Dr. Gill's icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Find out the details on the Woman, Infants, and Children, or WIC Supplemental Nutrition Program offered by the Christian County Health Department by clicking their icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome back to WTIM, your information station. I'm Tim Zalabak, your host of the WTIM Morning Show. Thanks so much to the sponsors that make it all possible, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. We're speaking with Alicia Callison, Director of Program Services for the Macon County Conservation District. That whole first half, we talked the Festival of Spring. It's happening this weekend, a great annual festival. Find all the information on the times and the activities at maconcountyconservation.org. Now, Alicia, let's dive into a little bit of the summer camp info, because we are nearing summer. Can't believe it already. But what are you guys offering with Macon County Conservation this year for summer?
Yeah, so we have 5 different summer camp options that cover ages 1 through 15. Wow. So a little something for everybody. Yeah. And we've got nature camps, and we have a history camp as well. So we've got a few different options this year. Our big one is our Earth Adventures summer camp. So Earth Adventures is an all-day, week-long, all-summer camp. So Earth Adventures meets at Rock Springs Nature Center from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. You can sign up for 1 week, several weeks, all the weeks, whatever fits your schedule. And for that one is ages 6 through 12. And the theme for that camp this year is Happy Habitats. So they're going to be learning about different habitats you can find through Illinois. They hang out at Rock Springs. They go off-site and go swimming. They go to field trips. They canoe, they fish, they hike. So if you're looking for an outdoor opportunity for your kiddo this summer, keep us in mind. We've got other fun stuff too. We have mini camps for kids ages 1 through 5. Adventure Club is a camp that meets on Tuesday mornings at Rock Springs. It's kind of like a bite-sized version of Earth Adventures. So if your kiddo is maybe not ready for a full week of camp, but you still want them to have that outdoor experience, Adventure Club might be for you. They meet 9 to 12 on Tuesday mornings. And then for the older kiddos, we have Extreme Camp. That's for kids ages 10 through 15, and they go on more adventurous excursions. So one day they're going caving. They're going to explore a live cave in southern Illinois. One day they're going to a zoo and then going rock climbing. So they've just got some fun stuff going on. And then if you have a kiddo that's interested more in history than in nature, we have History Camp, which is for ages 6 through 12. And it is Wednesday mornings from 9 to noon. And they're going to learn about some different local history from the mid 1800s. So should be a lot of fun. We'll have a lot going on this summer.
Yeah, a jam-packed summer with all these camps, all these programs. I love it. I wanted to go back to the first one, Earth Adventures, and you called it the big one, and of course it is. You said 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. and it's a week long. You can do how many weeks? At maximum, how many weeks does Earth Adventures run for?
So we have nine weeks of camp starting June 3rd and all the way through August 2nd.
So that could be the weekly summer camp for a child out there.
Yeah, absolutely. We have some families that enroll their kiddos for every single week of camp, and then we have some that do 1 or 2 weeks of camp. So you can definitely make it as much of a commitment as you want. Okay,
really, really cool there. And you worked through a couple of different ones, the history camp and the camps for the older kiddos. That seems like a pretty serious one there with some nighttime camping. Take us through the programs for the older kids.
Yeah, so Extreme Camp, they'll have 2 camps where they stay kind of close to Decatur, and then 2 camps where they go off-site. So one of the things that they're going to be doing here in this area is orienteering. They're going to be at Rock Springs, and they're going to learn how to read a map, how to make a map. Wow. They're going to go on a scavenger hunt. They're going to learn, they're going to do some kind of geocache-esque activities. Cool. I think I want to enroll in that one. I think that one's going to be super fun. And then they're going to go caving in a cave in southern Illinois. Wow. And so that's a live cave. There's no lights in it. There's no, it's not a tourist cave. Okay. So they'll have a guide who knows what he's doing. And they'll all be outfitted with headlamps, and they'll go into the cave and explore. And they did that last year and they loved it. So some really fun stuff for them. Yeah, how could you not enjoy that as a growing older teen that really wants to get into nature and the environment? It's such really cool things to get involved with. And if you want information on all these summer camps offered, MaconCountyConservation.org, Alicia. Yes, that's correct.
Awesome. In our last couple of minutes here, I wanted to work in a couple of weekend programs because so many things are going on with the Macon County Conservation District. I wanted to start with a sign language hike. And you told me this a little bit earlier. I couldn't stop thinking about it. Talk to us about this sign language hike.
Yeah, so on Saturday, May 11th at 2 p.m., out at Rock Springs Nature Center, we're going to have a sign language hike. Okay. And so this is for anybody that wants to come, whether you're hard of hearing or just someone that wants to learn some nature-related signs. This is for you. So we will have a naturalist leading the hike, and then we will have one of our volunteers who has been studying sign language for several years and is very excited about this. She is going to be there as well, signing along with us and teaching us some of those plant animal signs. So I think this will be a lot of fun. It's the first time we've offered something like this, so we're excited to do it and see how it goes and maybe do it again. Yeah, a super cool one. And of course, important to note, like you did right there, it's for anyone. You don't have to be hard of hearing or deaf. You can, you mentioned earlier, I don't know if you said it right there, but if you wanted to learn a couple of signs there, maybe some nature related signs, that'll be a good place to do it there as well. So that sign language hike happening on May 11th. These are all really cool things. Alicia, we're in our last minute here, but I mean, how important is inclusion and, just participation in all of these events for you from Macon County Conservation? Accessibility and inclusion is extremely important to everything that we do. And this sign language hike is one thing that we're offering to try and be a little bit more accessible and be a little bit more inclusive, because I think that's important. We want to reach and engage with everyone in our community, and we don't want there to be limitations to that, or barriers to that. So, and we're also always looking for ideas. If you're not being reached and you have you want us to reach you, let's talk. I want to talk. Let's make it happen.
Awesome.
So. We want to engage with everybody.
So cool. Alicia, thank you so much for taking the time today.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Of course, that's Alicia Callison, Director of Program Services for the Macon County Conservation District. I'm Tim Zalabak. You're listening to WTIM, your information station.
Now, Big 870 WTIM Assumption Taylorville, 96.1 W241 CF Taylorville, 107.5 W298 CD Shelbyville, 107.9 W300